Aboard the mighty airship Windswift, 4 valiant captains of the Order of Astari are tasked with hunting down the madmen who would bring back the Dragon Overlords. These are the adventures of the Windswift.
Hello and welcome to this episode of The Adventures of the Windswift. I'm joined by my usual crew of players and we're about ready to kick off on the next leg of the journey.
Yes, we're ready.
Yes, our journey commences with our players' characters finding themselves in the Aki Sadab desert. Now,
It was Mutaru's fault.
Is part of the
My bad.
empire and stretches for several hundred miles in all directions. And unfortunately, the Windswift came a cropper and sort of crashed into the Aki Sadab desert. Where our intrepid heroes find themselves in a rather poorly condition, having just battled the forces of evil, and are now desperately trying to repair the ship and get on their way, because things are afoot within the orders, and it requires their full attention without delay. Now, scattered about the ship, we have a prisoner in the hold of the ship, a woman who is of particular importance to the rest of the group, or at least that's what they think. He is no longer there, having been released by, a certain individual.
An accident.
Who made it look like she escaped. Nonetheless, on the horizon, dust clouds threaten the arrival of some unknown or entity or thing, and our heroes have a lot on their plates. So, without further ado, let us kick off. So, Blackston, Mutaru, and Con, you are on the vessel?
Yes.
Con and I are in the Oracle's room, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
We're investigating loss of Demestra, your ship's oracle.
which is super true.
And Mutaru was wandering the deck, just checking up on those who were performing repairs, such as the engineer and his assistant, who seems to be very, 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 very upset at the current state of our ship.
I am trying to make a bit of a blood trail as I'm reaching for the horn. And she did leave, right? Or like, is she okay? So I didn't get her name. Oh well. I'm making a bit of a blood trail on the way to the horn. And is she well out of sight?
The moment you opened the door and said you're free to go, she scampered away with glee and gusto.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm so would that, because I still have the same damage. Should I write like do I have to do some more damage just to get like blood to make that trail to the horn?
Maybe another hit point and you'll be fine. You'll be.
Yeah, I'll take another hit point. Oh boy, I'm a vampire, you guys. Oh, speaking of vampires, but yeah, like I'm gonna walk up to the horn and just open it. Escaped. That harlot escaped.
That's what you're coming over the horns, all of you.
Without delay, I head for the brig.
All right.
Muttering, what now?
Mutaru reaches for the horn. He looks concerned, and he speaks in a loud, clear voice. Grim! Grim! What's a harlot?
Not so loud, idiot. And I'm going to actually try to do a big old pretend fall like I'm about to pass out.
Give me a performance check.
Got it. That's a 3. Wait,
Hold on,
hang on. I got it. I got an addition to this.
I die.
Okay, I may have rolled a natural 1 on my sense motive, on my insight. So,
it was 6 total because I plus 3 apparently.
So my total insight is 1. So I yell out in the traditional Mutaru way.
No.
This reverberates around the ship, echoes out over the desert, causing a flock of flamingos in the nearby oasis to take flight into the bright, brilliant sunlight above the approaching desert dust cloud, as well as rattling all of the horns throughout the ship itself. Blackson, what are you doing? Con's leaving.
Yeah, I'm not reacting to it. I'm just still standing over the open sarcophagus.
That's right.
I'm just looking down into the emptiness.
All right. Con, you arrive at the holding cell where you see a bloodied Graham looking a little bit dramatic.
By the gods, Graham, what happened?
I was being stupid, and I don't like admitting that.
I see.
She got me good.
Let's have a look at you then. What's
Apparently,
sit downs?
she's not only a dumb cleric, but she's pretty quick with her hands.
So she's escaped. I
Yes.
start examining his wound and getting my stuff together, trying to stop the bleeding. Uh, 11.
Yeah, she nicked him. He got out of the way in time because it's not a fatal wound in the slightest. If she was trying to kill him, she did a very bad job of it. Mutari, you arrive?
Mm-hmm. I rush over and is he on the ground? You're on the ground, right?
Well, I've sat him down on whatever.
You set me down. Just
all right. If possible, I will rush in, and I will stand like this really big kind of restless creature behind the good doctor, sort of pacing myself, sort of trying to get a better look, but not actually going near Con because I feel like Con will smack me. And basically say, Graham, are you okay? What happened?
I would just stop screaming. God, you're so loud. Oh God.
He's
was
fine. He'll live. She was obviously in quite a hurry.
Yeah, I know.
She
But
didn't
she
stab you very
escaped.
well.
She escaped. No, but she was fast. And
that's
she wanted to
clever.
get out. We have to find her.
Which way did she go?
Looking down the hallway where the only way she could go, I'm like, well,
Tara, go see if you can see where she's gone.
Utara away!
Right.
okay.
Whilst you are standing looking at the sarcophagus with the claw marks on the inside of the lid, Lieutenant Ty coughs politely behind you.
Turn around, look at her.
I'm
Red
sorry
eyes.
to interrupt you, sir, but there is a vessel approaching.
Oh no.
Okay, let's go.
She leads you up onto deck, and you can see the source of that sand dusk cloud that was on the horizon originally is now at the very base of it. This very small white triangular sail with it looks like a catamaran double-hulled type of ship, busy gliding over the sand, but kicking up that tremendous trail out behind it. The vessel itself looks as if it's perhaps some kind of junk collecting vessel, as it's covered in mounds of, it looks like a broken cartwheel, bits of cloth. There's some metal piping sticking out of the side of it. Whatever it's doing is, it's about half a mile away, but it is moving at speed directly towards the Windswift.
So from being around flying ships more than I have been in real life, this kind of thing, this kind of architecture, or whatever it is, or engineering, would I think this could also go up higher, or is it more like a hovercraft?
It's actually sliding on skis on the sand itself, so it isn't even.
Okay, so it
hasn't
ground bound.
This is one of the famous Sajet sand ships. Because of the desert, they have these large sailing vessels which literally scull over the surface of the desert at quite significant speed.
But they can't fly. They
cannot leave the
hover.
ground. Correct.
All right. Then I will go down from deck into the desert and stand in front of them. And I have my weapon drawn at this point. I'm done being boarded.
Right. Absolutely. Mutari, you're thundering along the corridor. You're passing as you're going. You're passing the lower deck, the hold area. Where are you heading?
The most direct way out of the ship.
That would be the way that you came down the stairs from the upper deck.
Okay, well, I'll be...
That's the turn around.
I'm not intelligent enough. Okay, we're going. Keep going!
All right, you thunder up the stairs, passing Waffen, Jock and Stalk, the engineer. He holds out a very small, dusty hand. I beg you,
high-five him.
Sir. It's most urgent.
I grab him on the way.
What?
And I pick him up and I'm charging. Yes, Lock and Stock, speak!
Irregular activity, sir. I don't think it's fair for the officers to manhandle crew like this.
You'll be fine. Wait, what am I doing copying you? Yes, you'll be fine. Now, what is it? Quick, man.
All right, well, I wish to report that I was holding a support beam that we've just run away from. And it looks like we're going to need to put in some more joists. But I don't think that's important now. It's holding, apparently.
I keep running. I stop for a moment, but if it's holding, yep, all right.
No,
yep.
Put me down, sir. Look.
Oh, okay, put him down. Yes.
We need metal bracing.
We need metal bracing.
Aye, our internal structure is shot.
I chuckle, but just I feel bad. Oh, by the way, Lock and Stoke, for most of you who don't know, is a gnome. So when he says the word short, it's always funny to Mutaro. He says, where do we have like large quantities of any kind of metal? Like, for example, if we were to tear up like one of the ballistas, for example, would we have enough material from the scrap to be able to fashion a support?
Don't you touch it.
Well, I suppose that might work. I mean, the ballista's got a pretty good iron frame on it.
I tie my hair backwards. Make it so. And I...
Make it so. He wants a ballista to sew material together. That's a big flag. Anyway, Jock and Waffen goes off to start dismantling one of the ballista. Doctor, you are busy looking at young Mr. Graham. You have heard none of the other cacophony that's been going on. Is that what the two of you are doing? You're tending wounds and that sort of thing?
Well, he's not in any danger of dying. Patch him up, stop the bleeding. I haven't had a chance to rest, so I'm afraid I can't give you any proper healing at this moment.
No, it's fine. We have. I must patrol the ship. We must find her. We must apprehend her.
I suspect she's gone. Thus, we're in her homeland, you know.
Damn. What have
we frankly probably have bigger problems at this stage.
I assume so. Well, then fine. I guess I'll go up top. We should go up top deck and check on the rest of the crew, see what they're doing.
If this is a sandstorm coming, then we need to prepare.
Oh, great. She's probably going to use the sandstorm.
The ship is charging towards you.
While the ship kind of approaches, I just turn around to Jasani.
Tai.
Where's she from?
She's Kingdom of Brunei.
Okay.
Very prim.
And just ask her, like, have you dealt with these people before?
I can't say that I've got an experience dealing with the Sajet, sir, but she looks over at your Sajet second officer. Naxon probably has. Shall I call him?
Is he down here with me as well?
Not yet. He's working on the mast.
All right. Nashotep!
He looks down at you. It takes him a few moments to swing down several ropes, land carefully on the deck.
Jasani, can you inform the other captains of the situation? I want them to be surprised.
She leaves. Naxun Hashtahep arrives next to you. He looks at the ship. As the ship arrives, it stops maybe 75 feet away, and it pulls hard as it's coming in 90 degrees, so that it almost bounces twice and ends up about 20 foot away from you. This dust just envelops you, the ship, everybody. It sounds like perhaps a herd of Mutaru's relations have arrived from pasture. There's banging of tin bells, there's pipes that are rattling against each other, there's wooden planks bouncing against things. It's this absolute noise of jumble as the ship comes to a juddering halt. And
underneath this cacophony of sound, I would ask the second mate, like, and what do you think we are expecting here?
I think, sir, that we are in deep trouble. This is a desert trader. He will try to sell you useless items, and he will try to purchase everything for as little as possible.
I'm in a bad mood. A bad mood.
Would you like me to deal with him, sir?
No, I will deal with him.
As the dust slowly starts to part, Mutaru, you break up onto the deck. Find yourself surrounded by dust in all directions. This figure steps through the mist, well, through the dust towards you, Blackston.
I'm still having my halberd at the ready.
Yes.
I'm armed, and I'm bloodied, probably still from the battle before.
The blood is now turned into a dark brown mud.
Yeah,
but yes.
And kind of mucking it up. Nice, yeah.
This very thin figure steps forward, but the thinness is an illusion because he has ropes hanging around him, over him, crossed, and from the ropes hang bags and little bottles and trinkets and baubles and everything else that you could possibly hope to not ever have to try and buy. This very broad white smile opens out as this grinning man steps forward. Ha! I am so pleased to meet you. I am the Jar.
I want to kill him already.
You can imagine my surprise at seeing a ship here in the middle of the desert. But I have great news for you. Whatever it is you want, I have. I have in great abundance for you.
So close to having Mutaru yell out, "He has our escapee!"
She was the priest Sajet too?
Yeah.
Do you have an escaped Sajet prisoner who just came across about 5 minutes ago?
I have... Wait, what? An escaped prisoner?
Did I mumble?
No, not at all. What do you want to do with this escaped prisoner, exactly?
Kill it. Her.
You know, I like...
I'm just gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna kill it Sajet today.
He looks over at Naxun. Naxun is very quietly trying to stifle his giggles. He looks back at you.
Since we have everything in abundance, as you just stated, bring me this prisoner and then we can talk.
Do you care what she looks like?
She needs to be from the order of the... She was from our orders too, right, Starry?
Order the anchor guys.
She was the Octrelica.
Octrelica.
No? Is that the big anchor guys? I thought
No. The anchor were the promiscuous women who attacked us once we finished at the temple.
Yeah, she was part of them.
Was she? I thought
she was
this
part
was
of
the...
No, she was with the anchor guys.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay, so she needs to be a subject that was in our hold just 5 minutes ago.
Sorry.
Before you came, disrupted our operation here. And she needs to be a member of the Arc Relica, or former member of the Arc Relica.
I will see what I can do for you. I like you. You're very
Great.
straight to the point. This is unusual to find in the Aki Sadab desert. I bring you
I have
one plus what you
best day
will
of my
need,
life.
for I am the jar. I anticipate what you will want to buy.
Great.
I go fetch her now.
Thank you.
He speaks a jet.
Me personally,
Yes.
let me actually check. Yep.
Yeah.
He mutters several words to Naxun, and Naxun basically just spits in the ground next to his feet, and the jar turns back and scurries up to the rat's nest that is his trading vessel.
Just raising an eyebrow, turning to him. I'm not going to kill you.
I am very glad to hear that, sir. No, the trader was... I do not think he has our prisoner, to be honest with you.
I didn't expect him to.
No. I do not like his kind. They are Darahag.
You made this pretty clear, indeed.
Mutaru, Blackstone, you said you were making your way up onto the deck, yeah? Graham?
No,
Con, I'll get this.
Well,
Yeah.
Con and I are together.
Yeah, that's right. You guys are making your way up onto the deck as well?
Correct.
All right. So, Mutaru, what are you doing? The dust is clearing enough now that you can see the ship with all of its cargo, and Blackstone standing in the front dealing with whatever's going on.
All right, so Blackstone's kind of dealing with that. Because I saw the dust as it was approaching, so I could kind of figure that was what the source was.
Yeah.
If Blackstone's got that, then obviously if the escapee got onto that ship, Blackstone would have noticed, hands down. So what Mutaru is going to do is Mutaru is going to climb the tallest part of the ship, and I'm very aware that the mast is currently broken. I'm very aware that it's currently trying to be fixed. And I'm very aware that I'm an incredibly heavy chum. But I'm going to climb that mast, and I'm going to go to the highest point, and I'm going to try and cast my Mutara vision out as far as I can to see a direction, because I guarantee her that I will teach her the speed of an angry chung if I can just pinpoint where she is.
All right. Would you please give me an acrobatics check?
Okay. That I can... Can I use athletics to climb?
Sure.
Sweet. All right, so that is a 20, not natural.
All right. Well, you managed to get up about 7.5 foot before you get to the first point that's still being repaired. Quallen Jockenstoke, brother of Waffen, the other gnome on the ship, looks at you.
Hello.
Well, I hope you don't think you're going any further than that.
Why is that?
Because if you do, you're going to bring the whole thing down and fall onto the deck and die.
Thank you. Very astute observation.
We haven't.
You are a very talented individual.
We haven't fixed that yet.
Well, Mutara Vision, activate! And by that I mean I just kind of do this.
All right,
Is he a
you're looking
superhero?
around. That's fine. Graham and Con, you're up on deck as well. Dust is settling. You can see the scene.
Oh my
Sorry.
god, a ship!
What? Oh.
Yeah, I immediately take out my
I've
rapier.
read
I'm
about
like,
those.
are we on an
but-
attack again?
No. Wait, I've read about those. They're that's one of those. It's a catamaran hull, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, this one's in a terrible state, but it's a trader. I bet you.
I'm
Not
gonna
looked
like.
after his ship at all. I mean, come on.
The
like, start-
catamaran. I was
go
going to say
ahead.
the catamaran looks at Con and says, "My eyes are up here."
Like I just like steady look over at
They can go really fast, but not with that kind of a load on them.
Yeah.
Next up.
And it could potentially hold bandits. And I'm just gonna start walking forward towards. Do I see Blackstone?
Yeah. Blackson's
This is-
standing on the sand in front with Naxun.
There is a dust storm approaching.
You realize that this was what was causing the dust storm.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, being so heavily overloaded, the way these
Gotcha.
things move on the sand, it would have been throwing up a massive cloud for everybody to see.
And I'm
No dust storm.
I'm-
Well,
like,
that's
definitely running over to Blackstone because like I'm very concerned about this. Sword rapier's out. I don't trust anybody again.
All right. Yes, Blackston, you asked Naxun something.
Naxun, do you know how to operate these ships?
It has been some time since I have been aboard one of the sand ships, but it is not that
How many people do you need to operate these?
generally.
How many I need?
A crew of maybe 3 or 4, depending on whether they plan on traveling at night as well. Then it might be 5. It's very simple vessel, sir.
Commandeer.
All right. Please, yeah, that's what's happening here right now. Please get Jasani and Baja and board the ship.
Board the ship, sir.
We are requisitioning this ship.
Very good, sir. He turns and starts making his way back towards the ship. Mutara, you are casting your gaze out in all directions as far as your eye can see, and you come across a rather curious sight in the opposite direction. So this is towards the city of Tanab, which was quite some distance away. And what you see is you see the prisoner, there's no doubt about it. She's possibly a mile away, maybe, if that. You see she raises her hand and she drops it, and she jumps about 300 yards. And then her last action is you see her throwing away something, which lands in the sand, and there's a momentary green flare of something. And then she starts running. But she hasn't gone more than, say, 10 feet when she just disappears into the sand. It literally,
Like-
her next step was into a hole. That's what you see. Graham, you arrive next to Blackston.
Oh, can I jump?
Oh no.
Jump down. Yeah. That's not a problem. You're only 7 foot up.
Oh, so I literally I'm like a 7 foot tall chung.
Correct.
So I'm like,
Step.
Well, no, you climbed up 7 foot. So
oh right, so now I'm 14 foot vision.
Yeah.
All right, I can see. All right.
Like the wind's blowing in his hair. He's standing atop a mast, and you see him step down. Like, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I run to Blackston, rapier out. Like, Blackston, what's going on? Did you see her?
I would like to ask you what's going on.
She caught me by surprise, and like I show the patchwork that
Look, she
that Con
probably
did
was.
on my side. It's like, Con patched me up. Grab that. My fucking dagger. I was being stupid, and I don't like admitting that. Ever.
I've always wanted to say this, but villain ho! And that has 2 meanings.
What?
What?
Everyone,
I point in the direction I saw.
Oh.
everyone just
She went that way.
She's that
I
way?
just look at you and say, like, we're going to talk about this later. But for now, wait for the other two to arrive and board this ship.
Are we commandeering this?
Yes. No, we're not commandeering. We're requisitioning this for the order.
For the order.
Good enough for me.
Oh, sorry.
We need
Thought
transportation.
that was a crew moment. Didn't happen. No.
Con, what are you doing?
Back over.
So I was still on deck and oblivious to all of this. I'm basically only getting Mataru. So he's shouting, the prisoner's gone that way. So how far?
I say X miles, which was just about a mile out.
Yeah.
And then I say she's gone into the sand.
What?
Yeah, like some sort of.
At this point, I'm sort of making my way off the ship in an attempt to pursue.
All right. You look over the desert and you realize very quickly that the sand extends for 1,000 miles in that direction. And once you are at the same level, once you're standing on the sand, it's just sand dune after sand dune after sand dune after sand dune. To head off on your own now would be futile. To even track how far you've gone is difficult, let alone to work out that you're a mile here or there.
I think we may have to abandon this one.
It is at that point that Lieutenant Tai, Naxun, and Baja arrive with you, Blackston. They look to you, Graham. All right, are we going to do this then?
Yes.
Not just starting to board.
All
I'll
right.
follow him.
They start to figure out how to climb up onto the ship. Blackston, are you going with them?
Yep.
Ah, all right. Okay. So as
What
you
are they
get
up to?
I don't know.
as you get to the
It looks
side
as
of
though
the
they're
ship,
stealing a ship.
this smiling head pops out over the side of the ship. Ah, I see you are very eager to get the prisoner that I have cured for you. She is right here. Wait, you are not allowed on my ship. This is mine.
Shing.
Are you
Not
carrying on
any
climbing up?
more.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm sort of curious as to what the hell's going on the other side of the ship, so I to make my way towards to try and get a better earshot of what's going on and see what's going on.
all right.
Seconded. With Con.
He points at you, Blackston. You should know I am very good friends with the Darahags. If anything comes to harm me, you will be paying for this.
I'm not here to harm you.
Why? But then why are you climbing up onto my ship? He says, looking at everybody.
Because we want to see this prisoner of yours.
I will bring her down to you, free, no charge.
Blackston, he doesn't have her. Mutara saw her running the opposite direction.
No,
She disappeared into the desert.
Look, I have. And he pulls forward this young woman. She has this long blonde hair, and it looks as if someone has taken black charcoal and has drawn like circles with arrows and lines over her one eye. She has this thick slave collar on. She's dressed in very plain white robes that are customary of the Sajet. The climb up is not difficult. There are so many handholds with junk and debris that it takes you a matter of seconds to get up onto the, for lack of better word, deck. You think you're standing on the deck, even though you're standing on Hessian sacks which move slightly underneath foot as things inside of them reposition themselves under your weight. You see, I have. She is here. She is definitely Anchor. Look, she has tattoo.
Are you trying to representative of the Order of the Astari? Is that it?
So did the what?
Obstructing.
I am not obstructing. No.
Well, you are in luck. You can help us.
Of course I can. I have anything you want.
We want your ship.
My ship.
For a grand price of your life.
What? We're not pirates.
Life is not in danger. We're requisitioning your ship. People cut off this cargo. We have a fast ship here.
Sounds good to me.
Wait. From
where I am, how much of this can I hear?
You can hear most of it because the ship pulled up about 30 foot away from the carcass of the Windswift. So,
right.
Yeah. Mutara, what do you
Blackston,
do all this?
we are not pirates, I say as I climb down from the Windswift and start marching across the sand towards the merchant ship.
Yeah, I'm acting very swiftly as Khan's muscle. Everything he is saying, rather than parroting, I'm going to simply nod, grunt, and sternly look at people.
All right. You are I don't know what this word means, but it sounds like there's no money involved.
If money is involved, it depends entirely on your behavior.
I will give you the very best of behavior possible. At very small charge, too. Sajet hospitality is well known throughout the world.
Great. We will pay you 1 gold per day for this ship. Thank you for cooperation.
Okay. So that is starting position. It's very good, very fair price. I appreciate such honesty.
You just lost 50 silver pieces per day.
He looks from you to Grim to the officers busy cutting the cargo off of the sides.
And you can keep your cargo.
Although we're in dire need of supplies after crashing.
I keep cargo, 75 silver a day. We got deal, yes?
Great. Now get off board from my ship.
You need skilled pilot to sail this vessel. You're not very accustomed to this one. I look at that ship. That ship is designed for water. How is it that it is in the desert? I don't ask questions. I'm not paid for question asking. It is my job to make your requirements and needs my own.
Off the ship now.
For an extra 5 silver.
I will gut you.
Okay, I get off this ship now. It's fine. I service you from off of this ship. Yes, I anticipate your needs even when we are separated by a distance. I am climbing off of my ship now. What do you want to do with her? He says, pointing at the woman.
Keep her.
I'm anticipating you want to keep her on the ship.
That's your call. I don't know.
Mutaru steps forward at this point and says, "You there, smiling man? I like your face.
I like
it. Is an honest. We have many creatures where I come from with the same honest face. Tell me, how many slaves do you have aboard your vessel?"
I see what you're trying to do there. She is not a slave. She is the one that you escaped from your ship.
Fine, allow me to rephrase. How many persons of interest that may possibly be worth some economic value do you have aboard your ship?
How many do you want to buy?
All of them.
I am sensing this might very well be the negotiation tactic of your comrade, in which case, alack and alas, she is only the one.
Who is she?
15 gold pieces.
Deal, done.
Who are you, I ask her. Does she understand me?
She looks over at you and she has the most amazing green eyes. She's clearly from the kingdom of Brunei. She's a human without.
Oh, son of a bitch! Did you say she has green eyes?
Yeah.
God damn it!
Mutaro's like, ooh, Jade
No,
Dragon.
no. It's the whole fate thing. Jade Dragon, green eyes. There's prophecy involved. Son of a bitch. Rowan's trying to tell me stuff. All right. Yeah, I throw in 15 gold pieces to begin with.
It
Um,
appears halfway
No,
there.
no.
All right, I
There'll
gotta
be no
ship now.
bartering
You
here.
good luck. Goodbye. I see you in how many days? Doesn't matter. You bring back the silver for the days you hired the ship from. We're all happy.
We've hired a ship.
Yes, very fair price. Very fair price. But all deals done. Sold. Too late now to go back, huh? Yes. Good. I anticipate you want clean contract. I get off the ship now. I understand this. He lands on the desert sand along with the rest of the cargo that's been cut off.
Blackstone.
It's slowly becoming more like a ship as bits are removed and the decking is revealed. Once most of the stuff is off, she's actually a very sleek vessel. To the point that Naxon walks up to the four of you. I do caution you, if you have not driven one of these before, they can travel at quite high speeds, sirs. Do you require me to pilot this vessel?
Yes.
You're
And
familiar
if we
with
take a
them?
look at, well, if Fia lets you.
I have.
Well, yes, I think this is up to Con.
Well, no.
What?
It's, Naxon, have you some familiarity with these vessels?
When I was a boy, sir, I used to sail these for my uncle.
Good. Then you will take the helm.
Great. Because you saw her go. I spilled my dice everywhere. You saw her go that way, Mutaru? But then we should make haste and go snap that sneaky bitch.
I also tell them that I saw her drop something into the desert. A green fiery substance emerged from the sand before she leapt into the air and descended into the sandy depths itself.
What?
It was very bizarre, but whatever she did, it was over there.
She
Yasani.
disappeared into the sand. Naxon, again.
Yes,
And
sir.
the ring, does this mean anything to you?
Yeah, is it like escape route?
Is this something that happens out here? Or does she cast a spell, perhaps? Could it be quicksand?
Nothing
or
to me. There is quicksand.
predators?
There are predators too, but maybe, sir, we will have to go and look. There are many things in the desert that will kill you or make you disappear very quickly, sir.
But into the sand, into the ground. That's what you're saying, Mitaru. You saw her disappear into the ground.
Wait. What if she jumped into one of those sinkholes we found that boy? Do you remember?
Take us away, Naxon.
The boy! Mitaru runs.
No,
Axel,
wait,
wait a-
that's...
Yasani,
All right, hang
you
on.
take command of the remaining crew of the ship
Yes, sir.
and try to get it as ready as possible. We don't necessarily need to fly high, but fly at all. Get mobile again.
Understood, sir. Noticed.
Meanwhile,
I noticed.
ration the supplies.
Yes.
And then wait for our return.
I noticed when we were cutting free the traders' goods that there are a few items in there that we might actually be able to use. Is there a small purse that we might requisition some items from him?
Requisition the items as need be. What do you think we need?
I heard Woffen talking about some steel bracing, which he needed earlier, but he might have solved that by now. I'll make a list of it, sir, and requisition as needed and as absolutely needed in order to get us ship shape again. Naxon looks over at you, Mutaru. All right, sir, we are ready to go. Which direction are we sailing in?
Oh, when he mentioned the boy in the desert, the first thing Mutaru would have done, with the woman in hand somewhat, would be to try and find where the hell the boy went.
Mios?
And make sure he's okay after the crash.
It's not what I was trying to say.
Mutaru loves the small way, not in that way, but still has great affection as a father and mentor towards this one individual. There's no point in me lecturing this boy if he dies.
Great.
Who is going to tell my story?
Go be a father or whatever. All right, so let's. Who's with me right now?
Apparently,
is Blackson's with me and Con?
Three of us and Naxun. So Mutaro jumps off the boat again.
Are you going to jump off of the boat again, Mutaru? You don't have to. You can see Meows hanging from the yard arm of the main sail.
Oh, I could see him from where he is?
Yeah, he's busy helping Qualin try and realign one of the joists.
Oh, good. All right. In which case, I then need to figure out what I'm going to do with the slave. So what I'm not going to frantically go away like I thought I was, because it was more of a, oh no, shit, this guy I really care about. I'm going to approach him with the slave woman that I just purchased.
Approach who?
The boy.
So you're leaving the sand ship?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant leaving the. Yeah, no, because I hadn't. Have I climbed on the sand ship yet?
Yeah.
In order to get to
with us.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll head over. I'll tell them that I'll be back momentarily, because
Yeah, that's
because we can't really take the slave with. I don't really want to take the slave with us.
So okay, so you're gonna take this, you and the slave off the boat, right?
Correct.
Okay, he's gone. Let's just go.
Yeah. Naxun.
That's the order that Naxun has given, and he heads over to this large tiller, where you can see several lines of ropes have been tied from various points on the sails to this rather large, it looks like a bust of some rather pretentious looking male elf with large almond eyes. He's got this strange, almost cylindrical crown on his forehead. All of these ropes are tied around this individual's neck, and this bust sits right next to the tiller. Naxun pulls on one of the ropes, and you can see way off in the rigging a pulley system starts to turn, and one of the sails on the sand ship spins sideways. It's obvious that this Dajar fellow has rigged all of these cables and things so that he can man this vessel on his own completely. He won't have any other crew with him. Naxun is suitably impressed. It is quite a feat. But he pulls on two lines and looks over. There's this large circular stone that has several ropes tied to it, which is now sitting out on the desert sand. It's basically the anchor. I will need someone to retrieve that, if you please, before we can depart.
Is it just hoisted?
Yeah, you'll see it. There's a capstan which you basically wind and it slowly pulls it up.
Okay. Yeah, doing this. Done.
All right, so you work on that. And with that, the ship slowly starts to move as the sails puff up. There's that snapping sound of fabric as it starts to take the strain. And the ship slowly starts to glide away, beginning to pick up speed. And with that...
I quite like this.
We will be back next week, where we see what happens to our piratical crew. Who knows what they've become now? Well, we'll find out. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you want to see more, stay around for the review section, where we go through what was happening in the episode. So Dice of Destiny will tell us who is going to give us their opinion of just what happened in this rather tumultuous turn of events. And that's number one, Blackson. You are it. What is going on in this episode?
Oh, edgy teen. I love it.
First of all, Blackson doesn't think of himself as a pirate. First of all, he paid the dude. Second of all, I have the authority to just requisition it and not pay him at all. So I'm doing a good deed here.
Right.
And we need some kind of transportation because
yeah, it's like we gotta go.
Absolutely.
So, and he has in a really bad mood. He has not had the best of days today. So,
correct.
Not in a diplomatic kind of talking mood right now. He's doing stuff. solving this issue. Apparently, he is an idiot for a rogue who lets people just disappear, and as soon as he leaves them with them alone. So he is, as I said, not in the best of moods.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mutaro running from pillar to post and back again. That's all you were doing this episode, wasn't it? Running from here.
I was. I felt like a headless chook for most of it. Yeah. So running back, forward, left, and right. It was really weird because obviously she had escaped sometime prior to the alert being sounded. So it was really funny because like there was a couple of moments where Mutaro would pause and be like, "But that doesn't make sense." Like when he ran in, and then it was like she went that way, and it's like, "Oh, okay." And it's like, but wait, this is the way I came. How did she get out if I just came that way? And he's like, no time to think, must move. And then I try to get stopped by poor Lockenstoke, who tried to get my attention. I was like, I can't stop. I'm chasing something. Come with me. And he's like, oh, I'm so glad that beam held. That was really funny. I really like that. I almost lost completely and couldn't get back up. So it was great. It was awesome. And I'm glad. And Mutaro had this moment of like, I don't know, I feel like genius. Like this is the smartest he's ever been. Pull apart this weapon, put it there. You've solved your problem. I'm going that way. But I felt like that was just out of desperation. The other thing that was kind of cool was the whole slave thing. Now I'm not going to tell anyone what Mutaro is going to be doing with a slave. But just there is a it's not that bad men.
What, you're not going to use it to paint your house?
No. But there is a thing, and I love the whole green eye thing because obviously, like with Mutaro, like the color green is very associated with his whole ties with Roan, his destiny, and pretty much everything that's shaped him as an individual. So as soon as Guy said that, I'm not sure if Guy remembers that from my backstory, or if it was just a crazy random happenstance that he is going to prey upon as the genius GM that he is. But whatever is the case, it'll be very interesting to see what happens from that point. So yeah,
So
still
it's
some
going to
exciting
be
stuff on
painting
Mutaro
the
end.
fence then.
Yeah, painting it green.
And Graham,
Okay.
they seem to have bought it.
Well, okay, that's one thing I wanted to
Haven't
bring up,
had
but I didn't want to
time
slow
to
down the
think about
story.
it.
Like, I legitimately, I went for, a gut wound guy. I took it and, stabbed as hard as I could into myself, and I dealt myself a full, 6 points of damage or whatever.
Right.
Trying to make it bloody as possible. So that's why, I heard, oh, it's barely enough. I'm like, damn it. Was that not enough? Did I have to do 2 more? I don't know. But on one end, putting on the facade, damn it, I feel stupid. She got away. Then taking away, it's like, whew, perfect. She's actually competent, not like the other one.
Right.
So it's very much like playing the two sides of a coin. It's very entertaining. I saw what Black's you're doing. It's you're just pissed off. It's oh my god, I can't believe I trusted you to do this. That's to me. That's yes, I'm gonna hide behind this. This is all I can do right now.
Right.
I mean, usually you're the one who is super careful, so that this happened.
Yeah, no, that's why it's the whole time it's going to be very much I'm in a bad mood. I did everything wrong.
Right.
And it just pissed him off. Legitimately too.
And Con?
Yes, well, Con's just running from one fire to the next, it seems like. Ship crashes, and then trying to help heal crew and get a bearing on how to deal with this situation. Then apparently there's a dust storm coming, and then Demestra's dead, and then Graham's stabbed, and prisoners escaped, and crazy traders arrived, and then we're commandeering crazy traders' ship and chasing after escaped prisoner, and I haven't even had a chance to sleep, and I'm so tired.
You and me both, buddy.
Turning into a brown bear is tiring, I tell you this.
Is it
So yeah, I guess Con hasn't really had a chance to strategize or think or decide what he thinks about anything at this stage. He's just going from one thing to the next.
Indeed.
Which is fun. It makes for this nice little arc from the last episode where we crash the ship and it's just like this and then this and then this. It's still going.
Yes.
It's almost like...
Need a bit
aftershocks from the impact of the crash.
That's right. So it is a bit chaotic at the moment, I must admit. And yes, it's always interesting trying to balance all these different actions that are happening, and then to have your trader commandeer his ship requisitioned. Wow, this is why I love role playing, because that was not
Didn't expect that.
what I had expected to happen.
Yeah, I heard
At
that
no
set up.
point did I ever expect poor old Dajar to lose his ship. He's such a nice guy.
Oh, poor man.
Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments below so we know whether you like the show, what you don't like the show. Some interesting things coming up, and that announcement will be made in next week's episode. So watch out for that too. We think you're going to get more of what you like and less of what you don't. Or is it the other way around? Anyway, till next time. Goodbye.
Depends on you.